We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf.
Bucks it.
Pilot, 64, weak. Yo, check it out.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ready up.
59, Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full. Let's go.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, so many times. We look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Come on out here. Come get some.
Ready?
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hey, orbit. Go.
From the rep, let's go right here.
Shoot.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
He was brought down by Eli Apple. Brings up 3rd down.
Got it.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
34's Mike. He's coming. Check him. I'm coming after you.
Get it.
Play action. It's Tannehill. Flush to his right. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 37.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
We go. 50, plant. Hey, Delta.
Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34.
Yo, deep rip.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Tannehill. It's caught. Smith. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this 1st drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Come on, set. 60 yours.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Hey, Steve 6.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Look at me. Go.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike 5-9.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On first down, it's Taylor. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Two times. General West. Out. 49, check 49. Look at me, zipper. Ready.
Now Taylor. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Let's go.
When you enter the game as the AFC Player of the Week award winner, you expect runs like that and then some.
It was fun to watch him in the opener last week in Week 1. He was spectacular and hoping for more here in Week 2. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Hey, exit.
I'm coming after you. Check safety. Check 43.
Tight dog.
Switch.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Ready.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Good. Hey, rock it. You're out. Check 25. Five.
Throwing again. Eason. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Five.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
My 37.
All day, dog.
Look, squeeze. Rush in. Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll 6.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
18 Gator.
Man left. Hey, 4 down. Watch two.
Greystone, travel.
On second down, it's Henry. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. That one covers 29 yards, first down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that second level and third, and that's what they were able to exploit.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Yes. Hard. No. Off. Hit it.
They'll give Henry another shot. They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. They come out here in the eye. The Titans on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. To throw on third down, Eason. And that is incomplete. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
Slam. Hey, switch gears.
At the 2-yard line.
Hey, Charlie.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
From the end zone, Tannehill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Henry relishing the chance to be the Titans' lead dog. He's in the backfield again on 1st and 10.
Go! Bravo!
Mike 59.
Keep dribbling.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. This complete to Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 22-yard line.
So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Don't get nervous.
Switch.
Mike 16.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Switch it.
Hey, Sam off.
Slam.
Leo.
Here's Taylor. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
On the double.
Here we go, D. Jam.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Mike is 15.
Hey, zoom.
I smell fear in that offense.
Now.
I smell fear in that offense.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Got a man, it's Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Again, it's Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Ready?
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Hey, Alpha.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Shoot.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill.
Let's go, defense.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Mike's 59. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
X3. 218. Chopper. 5.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. It's the fullback. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. We always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
He was covered by Malcolm Butler.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 13. Check 13.
Check 52. Hey, high 7. Let's go.
To throw again, Eason. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Oh, you got deep?
Watch tight. Tight end's right.
A first down carry for Henry. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
From the 27, Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And it's 3rd down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. It's caught. Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and will leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. That's what they wanted out of that 1st down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Check. Crunch. 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 Ready.
Throwing again. Eason. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, Haywood!
Check 3. Check 3.
Look at me! Score! Shoot!
Back to throw. Eason. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And the Colts first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking to throw. Eason. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. That'll bring up second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now this throw caught left side. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Look, squeeze. Hard. Big grip.
Back to throw. Eason. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the Titans' 25-yard line.
Look at me. Zipper.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Now.
2nd and 5. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, defense.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
The Titans on 3rd down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This is 3rd and 16.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Go.
Switch.
To throw is Tannehill. This one complete to Lacy. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 31-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here.
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Set. 50. Plant. 80 weapon.
Bring it. Hey, alert 3.
Fan. Hey. Shoot.
On first down, Eason. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They throw again on second down. This one's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 38-yard line.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. On first and 10, Eason. Flushed out right. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. First and 10 right at the 20.
Buzz.
Operating from the gun, Eason. He completes this one to Mack. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it second down. Second and 9 now. Complete to Hilton. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Kill. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
From the gun, Eason. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
Let's go, baby. Get that ball. Get that ball. Mike 42. Watch the run. It's south, baby. That's baby south.
Go.
Stop. Mike 42. Dude.
Second and 3. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Forbath, the extra point, and that will get them one closer. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Set, ready? 70, Indy.
Double tight. Hey.
Hit it.
Tannehill to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense